So yesterday, you remember, we painted a picture of, I don't know, you're cruising on the highway, the music is blasting, you're feeling like you're the king of the road. But every time you skip a red light or you speed just a little too much, you're not just breaking the rules, you're collecting points, you see, not loyalty points, demerit points. And when those add up, your license could be suspended or cancelled entirely. We spoke to advocate Stephanie Fick from the organization Undoing Tax Abuse about what this might mean for you. They've got particular objections. Many of you called us and said, actually, why don't we hear from the horse's mouth what was intended? So we've invited Monde Mkalipi, who is from the Road Traffic Infringement Authority, their spokesman, to help us wade through this traffic. Monde, thank you so much for your time and thank you for agreeing to an interview.
Good morning, Bongani. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to the listeners of 702 for the time. Thank you so much.
All right. Let's just get straight into it. How does this system work?
Yes, Bongani. The points demerit system is part of the administrative adjudication of road traffic offences that was gazetted last Friday after the proclamation by the President, or the signing of the proclamation by the President. And how it is going to work. It is one of the provisions that are contained in the Act, and it starts with the set of traffic infringements to which certain demerit points are allocated. If, as you have indicated, you're driving on the road and then you go through a red traffic light, and then you are going to be served with a notice, an infringement notice that you have violated a traffic law. And over and above the fine that you are expected to pay, for violating the traffic law, there are going to be demerit points that are going to be attached. And then those demerit points, if you commit more infringements on the road and then they build up to 15. 15 is the set threshold. Once you step onto the 16th demerit point, and then your driving license has to be suspended. And then the suspension, if you get 2 suspensions, and then on the third suspension of your driving license, or the time that you go over the threshold of the 15 demerit points, and then your driving license is going to be taken away, and then you start from scratch in terms of applying for the learner's license. But there is also a flip side to it, Bongani. If, for example, you get 4 demerit points, and then let's say you are a compliant road user, get 4 demerit points, and then you drive well on the road for a period of 3 months, 1 demerit point falls off. And then you drive well again for another period of 3 months, and then another demerit point falls off, up until all the demerit points have fallen off, meaning that the system seeks to reward safe driving on the road, because that is the main intention of the legislation, because the country, what government is concerned about is the ever-increasing number of fatalities that occur on our roads. And after every Easter period, after every festive season, we see numbers going up. So it's very much concerning to government that something needs to be done, and we need to have road safety addressed on a daily basis.
Monde, how do you respond to the major criticism that this is just another money-making scheme and that it won't actually make our roads safer?
That is completely a false assertion, Bongani. AARTO is completely a national road safety intervention. And it has been tested in 2 jurisdictions in the country, Tshwane and in Joburg. And the empirical evidence that we have in front of us shows that the system is going to work.
All right, can I challenge you on that? Because one of the things we've seen in that rollout in Joburg and Pretoria is that this thing relies on the motorists getting the information regarding their infractions, and that doesn't seem to have happened within the regulated timeframes all the time. And so what's the point then?
Yes, we are aware there have been challenges, Bongani, but we have interacted with our stakeholders to make sure that is corrected. And also the system, it also allows road users or the infringers, if they pick up such challenges, as you have rightly pointed out, that the system is highly regulated, failure to adhere to the timelines, that might lead to representations being successful that are submitted to the RTIA. So what we have done, we have made these options clear to the road users that if they pick up any a way where they see that we have not adhered to the regulations, then they can come forward and provide that evidence.
But I mean, administratively, if Johannesburg and Pretoria were struggling to get this thing right, and now you want a national rollout where many of the municipalities that will be doing it won't themselves have the capacity, will it really work?
Over the past period, Bongani, what is happening on the 1st of December, for example, we are rolling out phase 2 of AARTO. Phase 1, we've spent time addressing all these challenges that we have spoken about. We've interacted with our stakeholders, including the post office themselves. So we do have a system in place that is really going to assist that we are able to deliver and save. We are going to be able. Yes, the post office, Bongani, is one of the ways of delivering documents to the infringers. There are going to be 3 methods of delivering documents. We're not going to be confined to the post office. The system allows that documents are served personally. 1. The system allows that documents are served electronically. 2. The system allows that the documents are served through the registered mail. So it's going to be up to the infringer to choose which one that they think that is viable when it comes to them. Right. So, yes, we are not confined to any, and we are very much optimistic that the system is going to work.
Monde, we've got a couple of questions to get through, so let's try and do this as succinctly as we can. One of the issues that has arisen is that it's not just the driver that may be docked, but also the car. And so there was a question around companies that operate fleets. How will they work?
Yes, the system, AARTO, allows for four options in terms of administering traffic fines. We've spoken about the 50% discount that you get within the first 32 days. There is also what is called nomination of a driver, which some people call redirecting traffic fines. If a company has got fleet of vehicles, it could be trucks, ambulances. Normally, companies appoint what they call proxies or their fleet managers, and it is against the ID number of that particular individual that those vehicles will be registered. Meaning that when traffic fines come to the company on the infringements that have been committed by a particular vehicle, then that particular person will have a responsibility to redirect those traffic fines to the drivers who are employed by that company. Meaning that even the demerit points that will be coming in, they will end up falling onto the responsible driver.
It sounds like an onerous system because, I mean, that person may leave the employee of the business concerned in the interim and have to deal with things that they no longer are responsible for.
Yes, it is up to the company. They will encourage companies to really have a system that is workable, that is also going to address those particular challenges. But over and above, one of the mistakes that was made by your rep yesterday was to say points will also be docked towards the vehicle. AARTO seeks to change the behavior of the driver, not the behavior of the vehicle. So at the end of the day, that is what it seeks to do. Any demerit point that will come up, that will be meted against the driver himself or herself.
Do we all start on a clean slate when the rollout happens? What about existing infractions?
Yes, we all start on the clean slate, Bongani. The system, all of us will be at zero. But when it comes to infringements that have been committed under the Criminal Procedure Act, which exists to the rest of the country, and AARTO under the 2 jurisdictions of Tshwane and Joburg, those will be handled under the system that will be in existence at the time the infringement was committed. We're not intending to carry over any infringements that were committed under AARTO and we put them at a time when the demerit points will be operational. So there will be transitional measures in place to address those particular matters.
All right, understood. I'm looking at the front page of the Sowetan today. Dozens of Rea Vaya buses found to be operating with expired license discs, faulty brakes, doors that don't even close. RTIA says the Sowetan. Many motorists might say, hang on, aren't you coming for us because we're easy pickings? Deal with situations such as this example I've given you.
Yes, it's you know, we operate in a space where there are a number of role players because you have issuing authorities on the roadside who are going to be able to pick up all these challenges where you have drivers operating on our roads with expired driving licenses. So the issuing authorities or the traffic officers on the roadside, it is their responsibility to issue infringements to these particular individuals so that they can rectify that particular situation. So if one has committed infringements and then those infringements are going to be handed over to us, and then at the end of the day, AARTO or the RTIA, we will have a responsibility of ensuring that such people are taken off our roads up until they've got their paperwork sorted out.
Right.
And if such people continue to operate on our roads, then we'll have to make sure that their driving license or they are unable to utilize our roads, not anymore.
All right, Monde Mkalipi, I appreciate your time. The Road Traffic Infringement Authority spokesperson.